Hello and welcome to Wonder Girl Tarot. This is your reading for the week of July 13th through the 19th, 2020. It's a general reading for anyone who feels called to watch the video, as well as for my returning viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for being with me here today, and if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like, share, or leave me a comment, or subscribe to the channel and click the little notification bell on my channel page. I have shuffled the cards and drawn 3 of them. The first is going to represent Monday and Tuesday, the second Wednesday and Thursday, and the third Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But these may be energies that come and go throughout the week and won't be restricted to those particular days. I have also drawn a card from the Wildwood Tarot to act as an added bit of advice and guidance for the week. And please take whatever messages resonate for you and leave the rest for some other viewer, because not everything is going to apply to everyone. Before I turn over the cards, I'm going to read a poem. And this week I'm reading Lost by David Wagoner. Stand still. The trees ahead and bushes beside you are not lost. Wherever you are is called here, and you must treat it as a powerful stranger, must ask permission to know it and be known. The forest breathes. Listen. It answers. I have made this place around you. If you leave it, you may come back again, saying, here. No 2 trees are the same to raven. No 2 branches are the same to wren. If what a tree or a bush does is lost on you, you are surely lost. Stand still. The forest knows where you are. You must let it find you. So I'll turn over the cards now. For Monday and Tuesday, we have the Hanged Man in the reverse. For Wednesday and Thursday, Strength in the reverse. And for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Queen of Swords in the reverse. In the bottom of the deck, we have the 2 of Swords. A lot of reversals. Reversed cards can mean either that the energy is somehow going inwards, or that it's blocked in some way. Or it can also be that it's the opposite of the regular meaning of the card. So I'll consider all of these when I look at them. Monday and Tuesday, the Hanged Man in the reverse. So in the upright, this is taking some time out for contemplation. It's an enforced period of inaction in order to get greater enlightenment or understanding of a situation, of your own life, of your character, of other people, things that are going on. So in the reversed, which is called the Stand Man, perhaps after a period of inaction and contemplation and going inward to get clarity, you're coming to conclusions and beginning to take action. So, a period of meditation, introspection may be coming to an end. In the middle of the week, the Strength card, this is the card of Leo. So upright, this is having strength through gentleness. This is the deck I'm using is the Cosmic Tarot, and I really like the artwork. It's from the 80s, and the Strength card is very sultry, I think, particularly sultry. So this may have something to do with passion or love. But in the reverse, this could be feeling like you haven't got the strength, you haven't got the patience or endurance in some particular situation. Maybe you've come to some conclusions about something and you want to move forward, and all of a sudden it's like your patience has run out. The quiet endurance that you've been exhibiting has totally abandoned you. And it may be with the poem that I read about being lost, or not being lost rather, that you're being called upon to try and turn this into the upright. You know, you may be asked to have some further strength and further patience, and to kind of let life find you. But you're going to be feeling like that is quite challenging. And I just watched the Nadia Shah's astrology video for the week, and she was talking about how we have a difficult aspect between Mars and Chiron, which is a planet, an asteroid that has to do with like healing and shadows and stuff like that. You know, I'm not an astrologer, but I'm thinking that, you know, Mars is kind of like that fiery, active energy, and maybe Mars meeting Chiron, a planet that has to do with like wounds and unhealed things. It could be that, you know, you're feeling a bit tired or sapped, or impatient about the things that are unresolved in your life and unhealed. Towards the end of the week, we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So in the upright, this card is sometimes referred to as the widow card or the divorced woman. It's somebody who's seen a lot, experienced a lot of things that are quite harsh, and she can be very sharp and cutting. She also has a very keen mind and has the ability to kind of compartmentalize, cut things out of her life, move on. I'm thinking that you may be having trouble removing something from your life. You know, maybe you're lacking the strength. Maybe you've got some clarity on what your next step is with this Hanged Man in the reverse. You're ready to take action, but you find that you're quite tired, and maybe you're not able to make the clean break that you want to. This can also be somebody that you're encountering. It can be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And if that's the case, they're kind of not in their power right now, you know. They may be acting up, acting badly. It can be somebody who speaks very sharply, uses harsh words, and is generally a problem to you in some way. On the bottom of the deck, the Two of Swords. This is a card about needing to make a decision, but not being able to right now. So she's got those two swords. Swords are the intellect, and they're kind of, she's set them aside, and we see the full moon there. It's kind of like it's shining. Something has come to its fullness, but she's taking a pause. So I'm thinking of the Hanged Man in the reverse there. It's like something has burgeoned up. I'm noticing the full moon here, and the light, the halo behind the Hanged Man kind of looks like a full moon. So it's like you've got clarity on something. Maybe something has bubbled up from your unconscious, but for some reason you're having to take a beat and a pause and maybe gain strength and it's like you're waiting on something, some kind of inner force or strength to either cut something out or maybe to speak your mind. You know, the Queen of Swords is somebody who speaks her mind. So in the reverse, this could be speaking quite harshly or cruelly, but it could also mean that you're not currently able to speak your mind or to be as clear as you want to, or to make that decisive action. And, you know, maybe these are blocked energies, but it could be that it's actually wise in some way to wait like this. And I'm thinking that the Two of Swords in this particular card, she's sitting under a tree. It looks like she's sitting on the edge of the water, and it's really quite a beautiful card. And it's like she's waiting in the forest that David Wagoner talks about, where she's letting life find her. So maybe, you know, there's some kind of decision you need to make, some kind of action you really want to move forward with, but you're being called on to wait. Or either you need to wait because it's the wisest thing, or you are struggling to move forward and, you know, you're waiting for the strength to be able to do so. So I'm going to look at this card now, and we have the Seven of Bows, which is called Clearance, and I'll read the messages in the book for a bit of added guidance. So, a time to make decisions and choose priorities. Voila. Focus on what you really need in your life and what is time to dispose of and cut away, especially if it is worn out and broken or no longer meets your needs on the journey of life. All things must change and evolve, and however well prepared or carefully constructed your tools and skills, new challenges and obstacles may require rethinking and relearning. Bows wear out and eventually fracture under constant use, stress, and tension. Arrows warp through damp and strenuous flexing and lose their strength and accuracy. Change is a natural part of the process of renewal, and although it can be painful, pain brings change and change brings pain, it must be seen as a positive turn of the wheel and necessary for new life to begin. Welcoming the clearing of the old and worn and preparing the ground for new growth is vital. New shoots and spring saplings will be starved of light and nutrients in the soil if the ground is not cleared. Old boughs and stumps should be removed to ease the process of saying goodbye to a tool or concept that has outlived its practical life. By allowing the passing of the old and the clearing of the ground to take place with an element of welcoming and acceptance of change, the feelings of relief and poignancy may aid the healing process, giving comfort. So, yeah, that supports this idea that there's some kind of decision or change that needs to be made, and that you're being called to cut things out and clear things, but you may be struggling with that. And so it seems like you're kind of in an in-between period where you're having to shed some old patterns, old habits, old belief systems, or old situations and ways of doing things in order to make way for what's new. But, you know, even though we have the Hanged Man in the reverse, with this Two of Swords energy and both of these cards also in the reverse, it seems like movement forward is going to be something of a challenge. and maybe that's because there are things that need to be released and let go of in order for you to be able to move onwards in the way that you need to and that you crave. And I'm just thinking that the poem that I read is really meant for reassurance, because the Two of Swords, having difficulty making decisions, it can feel like you just don't know which is the right choice, or that you're lost in some way. But I think the poem is saying that the right way will be shown to you by life, by the life forces. And so, you might want to spend some time outside, or focus a lot on natural processes, like apart from being outdoors, like sleeping and eating, and sort of trying to nourish yourself and build up your strength so that you can cut these things out, or come to a clear and balanced choice. So I hope that's helpful. I hope it resonates, and I hope it is a really good week for you. Let me know if this makes sense to you, or how it applies to you in your life, if you feel like sharing. Otherwise, take very good care, and I'll be back with a video just like this next week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.